Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hi, I'm Rob, and this is my mother.
Hi, I'm Sharon, and this is my son.
One of our favorite holiday traditions is getting together each year and making our magnificent fruitcakes entirely from scratch. And now, you can finally taste the magic thanks to the Mike O'Mara Show's Fruitcake Futures.
Buy it now, and it'll be in your mouth in time for Thanksgiving.
These are the real deal.
Don't forget the Christmas miracle. Every cake purchased supports TMOS.
Get one for yourself and one as a gift. Just go to tmosfruitcake.com and do it now.
Because Mother said so.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store. And around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oh, do we have a treat for our listeners for our fabulous Thursday show? Oh, is Mac in the seat? Is
I am here.
Mac
is here.
I am here.
Oh, it's wonderful. Fresh from Rent-A-Center, the store that he works at. Aaron's.
It's Earl's.
Goodbye.
Errol's.
Goodbye.
Errol's, yeah.
Errol's. He is here, and we, a while back, we were going to anoint Mac as our official movie reviewer because it seems that I matched up with him on a lot of these movie reviews. I thought he was actually rather astute at reviewing movies, and he came in today. Rob informed me, because I can't see him, Rob informed me that he is in the studio, and then Mac told me, I went to the movies again. I'm ready for a movie review, and I got real excited because he's jacked about it, and I figured I'd give it to him.
The number one movie in America?
I did.
I did as well.
What?
Dun,
Yes!
dun, 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 dun.
MI6?
Good morning, Mr. Phelps.
Now,
Your
don't
mission,
you have like
choose to accept it? Yes.
Mac has like a standing date with a friend that you go see
Yes.
movies every week, right?
Yes, I do.
And this is a young fellow?
My age. I've
That's
known
young.
him since kindergarten.
I see.
Oh, did you guys?
So that's your best friend?
Yeah.
All right, that's your best friend. Do you want to mention his name?
Matthew.
Matthew and Mac. Mac and Matthew. Oh boy, that's a movie show. Mac and Matthew at the movie. So Oscar, you saw the film also.
I did. I'd love to hear his take first.
So this is great because Oscar will be able to, if necessary,
Counterpoint.
I hope not, counterpoint.
You know what he can do? He can Siskel his Ebert.
We've got Mac and Oscar at the movies. Mac, I'm ready to believe you. I'm ready to believe you. So Mission Impossible 9?
6.
6.
Mission
Am I
Impossible
6? Am I 6?
Wow.
By the way, Tom Cruise will be featured in News You May Not Need today. So, shocker, they're dropping some human interest stories regarding Tom Cruise while the movie's out. And
Do you think
told
that's
Rob,
on purpose or that's a coincidence?
Oh, geez, Rob, I have no idea. It's
funny how things
I think
happen.
it's just totally random.
Yeah.
I would say this, that there is a viral video circulating from the Late Late Show with James Corden, and it shows Tom Cruise skydiving with James Corden. I am neither a turbo fan of Tom Cruise or of James Corden. I watch Tom Cruise movies even though I'm not all that high on Tom Cruise.
Right.
Cocktail did that.
That ruined it for you?
Cocktail ruined me for Tom Cruise. I could handle the posing right up until Cocktail, but then
Were you pro Cruise pre-Cocktail like when Risky
Gun?
Business came out?
I was pro Cruise movies. I thought Tom Cruise's movies. I love Tom Cruise in Rain Man.
Yes.
I thought that was just a spectacular film. I enjoyed that
And
because
don't
he was
forget-
kind of playing a little punk, and I thought that was typecasting.
When he was a high school football player, he had all the right moves.
Jesus. All right, Rob. All right. Thanks for that. Let's get right to our movie review with Max Movies, and tell us all about Mission Impossible. Don't give too much plot away, and let me know how you like it.
So when I went to the movie, I really wanted to hate it because I'm not a fan of Tom Cruise. So I was going in there didn't think it would be good. I wanted to hate it. So
okay, that's great. That's a great setup. See, I like his movie.
Like most of the audience wants to hate Mac.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I could totally right now. I totally empathize with Mac going because I would go in there not really wanting it to fail, but saying, "Okay, impress me." Right.
Yeah.
So you're going in there with that attitude. All right, lay it on us.
And it definitely lived up to it. It was an amazing movie. Absolutely amazing. I mean, the suspense. It was a 2.5 hour movie, and it was suspense pretty much throughout. It was just it was great action.
You liked it.
I loved it.
Wow.
A love. Wow.
The only
Wow.
real thing I don't like about it is a trick that they use in most of the Mission Impossible movies is with the masks and how they can just put on a mask and just turn into someone else. It's a stupid tool that they use, and I've always hated it. But
I don't like it either. I don't like it. It's
Other
where
than
you'll
that-
see,
You can't
you'll
buy
see a
into
guy
it.
that looks
Yeah.
like Donald Sutherland, and all of a sudden
All
he
of a
takes the
sudden you
mask
wear-
off and it's stuff. Yeah.
It only
and it
worked in the
changes their
movie.
height.
It only worked in the movie Mask about Rocky Dennis. That was a very effective use
Or
of it.
Face Off.
Face Off was also good.
But they actually had surgery.
So what else? How are the women in the movie?
There's very few of them. There's pretty much 2 or 3 women. I mean, they're generally. I mean, they're movie stars, so I mean,
They didn't go Me
but they
Too
didn't-
on us.
Yeah, they didn't know nothing revealing, nothing. It's not a James Bond movie, so I mean, it wasn't really much on that. It was all about the action and suspense.
Did Matthew like it?
Yes, he did.
What did you have? What snacks did you have when you were in the
I
theater?
is
had a cheese pizza. Cheese pizza.
A pizza?
Oh, what theater did you go to where they had the
AMC.
pizza? AMC. You had a movie I still see. Well, with your health issues, I'm glad you're still maintaining that healthy
Addison's
diet.
really needs
Having a
pepperoni.
movie having a
Mike-
movie theater
Yeah.
pizza.
There are nights that you just don't want the nachos.
It wasn't that good.
By
That
the
was
way-
actually the first time I had the pizza. It wasn't
Yeah.
that
Fat man,
good. It was
fat
not
man
good.
alert. Go-to snack in a movie if I can eat anything I want are the nachos. I'm a big fan of the nachos.
Too
And,
involved, man. Isn't it involved with the cheese and the chips and you're left with the
Oh
tray?
yeah, Rob, you really break a sweat. It's so involved.
Oh, no, I'm
It's
not
really,
saying
you
that.
You gotta struggle to lift the chip and dip it into the little cheese whiz, hot cheese whiz that they put in there.
But
And
it's just-
God forbid they put jalapenos on it. Oh my God!
But it's so much easier to have popcorn. It's just one tub
yeah.
and go.
yeah, but it's so much better than popcorn. I mean, nachos.
But
are
have
so
you
much
ever
better
had
than
popcorn with Junior Mints? See, now you're talking. That's a something.
Well,
right
you mean
there.
like you eat the popcorn and the Junior Mints at the
Yes.
same time?
Sweet and savory,
Sweet
right?
and savory, and it's dark
That wouldn't
chocolate.
do it. I don't know if that would do it
Ooh.
for me.
You
That would be
got-
kinda
I
gross.
Guarantee you
Peanut
love it.
M&Ms are a go-to.
Also good. Also great.
So
Really, popcorn with the
while the guys talk
They're
about how
very
fat they are,
refreshing.
what did you like about the movie outside of
The pizza.
the action?
Oh.
I mean, there were a few plot holes. I mean, I just loved how there were certain points where I was on the edge of my seat for most of the movie.
From
Where
your buddy Matt?
on the edge of your
He was on the edge of his
slightly
seat.
damp.
he was right behind me.
Because
Yeah.
he was on the edge of his seat once the pizza took hold.
Matt's
He
like,
said, I don't know if I'm going to make it. This is a 2.5-hour movie. You better clear the aisles.
What did Matthew eat?
Oh, dear.
Let's see. I think he had the pizza as well.
Oh, you both had pizza. Oh, you eat the same.
Like Lady and the
snacks.
Tramp?
Yeah, did you meet in the middle?
Well, he's eating the pizza before I decided to have it.
Did you share a pizza?
No,
How big is the pizza?
it's a long square pizza cut into little triangles. It's about a foot long.
Can
foot
you
long.
speak up, please?
Geometry. Geometry.
Let me ask you this.
Pythagoras
Oscar wants
said.
to move. Oscar wants to move by the food. Rob and I can stay on the food for an hour.
Well, we can go
Did
back
you get
and
the
forth.
same? Hold on, before you get to that.
Yes.
Much more important question.
Yes.
Did you both? Did you both have the same drinks?
We did not.
What did you drink?
I drank cherry Coke Zero.
You're such a little kid.
You are.
That's so
And
sweet.
what did Matthew have?
I think vanilla Coke.
Oh, you both had the flavored Coca-Cola products, though, huh?
Ah, they both have their sweet tooths.
They
Yeah.
have the
Sweet teeth.
the freestyle, the Coke freestyle machines.
Oh,
there.
the Magic Coke machine.
yeah.
Oh,
So you can have
like
anything.
that, right,
I
Rob?
love
You're a
that.
big fan of that.
Does Matt, your friend Matt, look like Tom
it's,
Cruise
yeah.
or Ving Rhames?
I don't know who Ving Rhames is.
Right.
Black and white, Mac. That's what the question was. It's a black and white question.
We're profiling.
Yes.
Let's see.
Is he tanned?
No.
Is he
He's-
white?
He's very much like me with glasses.
Oh, okay, got it.
Oh, so he's handsome.
This makes so much more
Exactly.
sense. You know how couples look for people that look like them.
Yeah,
to
of
date?
course.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
like
Dogs
you,
look like their
you
owners.
with glasses.
Yes.
All right, cool.
You know, and the thing is, now I'm starving to go see a good movie. I am really, I'm ready.
Can I give
I
my
haven't
review?
seen a movie all summer long because I live in bum F, and movies are an hour away for me to go see a movie.
Are you done with your review?
Let me give my rating.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
God.
How many orange sweatshirts? do
I
you
give it 4.5 orange sweaters.
Oh,
Out of 5.
That's a rave.
Yeah, it
that
is.
is a rave
Damn.
for Mission Impossible 14. That is an absolute rave. That's fantastic.
And how many sweatshirts do you give the pizza?
I would say about 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
not so great.
What about
You're
Matt
not
as a
gonna get
date?
you're not going to get a microwave
I would say 5.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been
Yeah.
accused? Do people ever ask if you're brothers?
No,
How about lovers?
we're not that. We don't.
You know, we failed to ask one other question here. Was there a sweet component too? Because with dinner comes
Oh,
dessert.
of
Did you
course.
have a little something after that?
I
little
bring my
candy.
own. I bring my own sour Skittles.
Do you ever wonder? Do you ever wonder how
You
he
do not
finds his way to the
disappoint me,
studio?
Mac.
I buy them from Amazon.
Of course you
Good
do.
man.
Hey, listen to that. You could take a lesson
Yeah.
from him, Mr. Spiewak. Did you see what he just did?
He did.
He got his sour Skittles from
Ding.
Amazon. All right, let's move on to the Oscar Santana. Now, Oscar loves action adventure
Am I
more. That's his
Siskel or
favorite
Ebert?
genre.
You're Siskel.
I'm Siskel. Okay. First, let me add, and I've mentioned this before, that Tom Cruise is immortal. He
Really?
is the action star that, frankly, I don't think Chris Pratt cannot become the action star that Tom Cruise is today simply because of the way we consume media, right? Mm-hmm. That Tom Cruise overall, he has in my eyes, he has so much pressure on him, especially with this ankle accident that he shattered his ankle, had to go into rehab for 12 hours a day to get back on the set in 6 weeks. When I walked into this theater, I was like, it's gonna be another Mission Impossible movie. But I was really concerned with how did they finish this movie when he had a bum wheel?
Right.
And when you say he's immortal, I agree with you. I watched the James Corden video. The guy does not look like someone in his 50s.
Right.
He really does.
No.
He doesn't look like that.
But I heard an interview that regarded him as a guy who will sacrifice everything for his craft. You don't have a 29-inch waist if you don't go all in on life at age 50, right? You've been
Right,
doing that your
right.
entire life.
I've always
That is-
said this.
That is your business. That you're willing to sacrifice everything to stay that size and that look.
Right.
And even he's a small guy.
I got on the scale this morning. I agree.
Did it say one
I
at a
totally
time? One
agree.
at a time, please.
Yes, it's can one the scale, the talking scale? I said, can one of you step off, please? So it was,
Mike O'Mara is immortal.
sad. We're off the boiled egg diet that I cheat on, and we're back on Weight Watchers. So
That's good.
that's where we are. I had a couple blueberries.
a few things of my meal at the theater.
Yeah, what were your snacks?
So I don't get snacks.
Right.
And if I do anything, I get a beverage. And this time, there's a bar that has opened with not more than one bartender at the theater that I go to.
Okay.
And what I'm quickly realizing is that these $16 Jack and Diets probably aren't worth it.
Right.
Probably not.
So
Yeah.
my question to you guys, before I get to my movie review, how many
ridiculous.
little Jack Daniels bottles is okay to sneak into a theater to put into your big soda that I would buy there?
Four. Yeah, I'm with
four
Rob
before you have a
Spinway.
problem?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to
That's two strong drinks.
And you know what?
I don't want-
Five. if
I don't
it's
want-
a lot of people. There are a lot of people shaking their head right now, going, "God, you alcoholics!" No,
no
four is acceptable.
Okay.
They're
Just
easy to
keeping it
fill in
real.
the
pockets.
little bottles.
airplane bottles.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say 5 for this movie because it's a lengthy movie.
Does it make me a scumbag that I...
One bottle per half hour of movie length.
I like the fact that you're going to really. How many did you bring?
Well, no, I realized that when I paid the tab...
Oh, it's your
for the
future
drink-
So you
plan,
didn't
yeah.
bring the bottles.
No,
in,
but
right?
I was like, I got to ask the guys, what's the line? Because I'll go...
I would bring 4 in. I would bring 4.
I don't want to walk in there sounding like a chandelier.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour movie.
Here he is.
They're plastic.
You get the little bottles can be glass.
Yeah, but not the
But
the whiskey
you
ones.
sneak them in, they're gonna start calling you Colonel Clink.
I was like, clink, 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 as I'm walking
By the
in.
way,
my jackets are lined with Jack Daniels.
My wife, because she's a stepmom,
Yes.
is getting Elizabeth's cake and decorating it with little airline bottles.
Oh, that's
She's 21.
Great.
That's fair.
That's
I
sweet, but it's not. It's really sweet. It's like saying, "Okay, go ahead, become an
Yeah.
alcoholic." Like
Not
your mother.
trashy, but
Go
sweet.
ahead, do it. Go ahead.
Little danger with the candles, though.
So 4.
So, how many drinks did you have before the movie
I had 2, so 2 16. No, I went back in the middle of the movie.
to get another cocktail?
Oh, yeah. I was like, this is enough
How's
of
the
this.
pour? Fairly weak.
Oh, no, the guy's great. Now,
Okay.
my car might have been cloned and masked because I got a fraud alert. We'll find out later this week, I imagine, once the charge goes through, but we'll see.
What happened?
Every time I have this radar for people that are taking too long with my card.
Uh huh.
So I'm like, I'm definitely getting cloned right now. I don't, and this is alleged.
Oh, the clone of the card. Yes. Oh my God, that's right. So identity theft happening to Oscar Santana there.
I looked yesterday. I'm like, hey, let's see that whatever theater I go to charge and at the bar, and it's like, definitely looks like I got hit by something else.
Oh wow!
But I'm not going to know until it goes through because that's how the bank works.
Right.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Totally digress for a second.
Yeah.
Because I talked about going to the Bangor State Fair. Mm-hmm. Can I say that one of the carnies at the Bangor State Fair, when we went to the second shoot the squirt gun in the clown's mouth, the guy, no, it was the break the balloon game, and the guy came out and I said, how much? He said $5, and I gave him a 10, and I saw that he had a 5 in his hand, and he said, I have to go back and get change. Should that be? Should that alert me to something? I mean, I just got a little inked out.
He's up to something.
He's up to no good, right?
Yeah, he's up to something. Did you say anything?
Nope.
I would have said
the 5 that he gave me.
I say, what about that $5 bill, huh, huckster?
Yeah. Anyway, so your movie review.
My movie review.
You know what he might have been hoping? He might have been saying, "Now we'll just play twice."
Or he goes back. Or he goes back. Goes. Smell of new money.
Okay. Whatever.
I'm sure that's it.
Let's get to your review.
So 4. I can take 4 without feeling like an alcoholic.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. So
and 5 if you're feeling gutsy.
Okay, good
and
to
really,
know.
movie, I think everybody's got to do their own thing. I'm not advocating theft. I'm saying that you go in, you bring your snacks. Like he brings his Skittles, you bring your little hooch.
$16.
$16 is larceny.
It is.
It's larceny. You should shave $10 off the price of that drink, and they'd still make a profit.
And of course, I'm going to tip the guy, so I feel bad about that.
It's ridiculous.
You know, I was like, all right,
that's over $30 for 2 drinks.
2 drinks plus the tip. I was like, that's $50 for 2 drinks.
It's insanity. It's insanity.
Right? So
it's impossible. It's impossible.
Got to find a way to get those little bottles. Now, moving on. Mm-hmm. I walk in. I was like, all right, I'm sitting at the theater. I got 1 seat because my wife won't come with me.
Okay.
There's a mom sitting in my seat when I walk up to it next to her kids, teenage kids.
Assigned seating?
Assigned seating.
Oh, I like that.
And the mom's like, I thought we could switch seats because I'm here with my kids. I'm like, no problem. Sit down.
Mm-hmm. Good show.
There's a couple next to me that proceeds to. The girl had to be doing something to the guy because her legs were all over him. They might as well have been having sex.
Really? Oh, that would be. I like, get a room. Get out. Knock that off.
The move of the hand over the jeans on the ass. On my periphery while I'm trying to watch a movie while you're squeezing your girlfriend's ass because you're still in love. God bless you. I don't need that. Don't need that.
Don't blame you.
Don't need that.
I'm not a PDA guy, even with
and
young love.
By the way, I still kind of look like MS-13. Pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
Pretty ballsy as I sit down.
Now, when you shave the facial hair, buddy, that went out the window. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
I know. But the facial hair, no. The MS-13, you do not. No. That's not at all.
I look vanilla. I need tats.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so
just 1 teardrop would really change your look.
So I got past that. The heavy petting drove me to the second drink. But as I'm watching the movie,
heavy petting is such a gross phrase.
As I'm watching the movie, I say, man, Tom Cruise looks fantastic. This movie, I know what I know. The plot is you. At the beginning, you get that tape, and the way they do the tape, I always like the new rendition of how that thing's going to implode and how he accesses it. There's always somebody that's being double crossed. All of that, going in. My bar for a Tom Cruise movie, and really, there's only a handful of other actors that fall in that. Mm-hmm. Can I forget that it's Tom Cruise while I'm watching the movie? Mm-hmm. Do I actually think he's the character? Do I think that Denzel's the equalizer?
Right.
Like, can I get past all the fame that I've seen?
Can you
all these
suspend
years?
disbelief?
And I can.
Wow, that's a good sign.
And I can. And that movie's a solid movie. Now, I don't give it a 4 or 5. I give it a 3-5 because it's the same old, same old.
3.5 shaved heads out of 5.
But Tom Cruise learned how to fly a helicopter, flew that helicopter in multiple scenes in the movie.
Right.
He shattered his ankle jumping from building to building in a stunt, and then you see that scene, and you could hear an audible gasp in the movie theater, which was packed, by the way, on a Monday night.
Because it really does look like he effed up his ankle.
And then he keeps running because that's what he did in the scene when he actually shot it. He goes, there's only a 1 take. I'm going to keep running with this shattered ankle.
Wow, that's worth going to the movie right there. You just really sold it.
Really a good movie, but not, it's not going to change your world.
No.
It's worth the dollars to see it in the theater, though.
And bring your own booze.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Rob, what was the movie you went to see?
Last night I watched the director's commentary on the Marx Brothers movie Animal Crackers.
Thank you. All right. Well, now we can start the show.
Brothers are still alive and well.
Yeah. Help, no help. Thank you very much. We can start.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Started out hunting large game, but as I got older, I began to hunt quicker, more agile animals, smarter.
To take an animal's life, you have to have a certain level of admiration for that animal. And you have to love that animal.
Right.
That's why we hunt the most loved animal of all. House cats.
Did you see that? Yeah. Oh, it was a calico. Yeah. Do your cat call.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty.
Cat hunting, or cutting as we call it, it's trickier than most people think. I mean, most cats we come across are protected by a family of humans that are equipped with phones that can call the police, so...
A lot of the time, we're just crawling around suburban homes all day, maybe to find one or two of them tops. But then, on the other hand, there are some days when you luck out and stumble onto a cat lady's apartment.
I love it. Roll the gun.
This is Wade Byard, the Public Information Officer for Loudoun County Public Schools. The Mike O'Mara Show has decided to start now. Please make all necessary arrangements to listen. This is the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, and Oscar Santana. And now, without further delay, here's Mike O'Mara.
From our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., in the Podcast Village studio. Is that Funny or Die?
Pony submitted that.
That's Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh my
It's
God!
We were back and forth for about a week as to whether or not to run it. I think we made the right choice.
Yeah, there'll be people. They're going to be people. From our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., in the Podcast Village studios, welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. The Mike O'Mara Show, or TMOS to our friends, is a worldwide radio show and podcast with a loyal following of listeners who get it. If you're listening right now, you do too. TMOS always ready to hear from you with our weekly mailbag, our wide open Wednesday phone calls, our show, an interactive experience, and we love our audience participation. So please let us hear from you. It's kind of a partnership. All over the world, the Mike O'Mara Show is on now and brought to you by Cornerstone First Financial. It's the calm before the storm. Listen up. There is an 85% likelihood that the Fed will raise rates in their September and December meetings. So now is the time to lock in on a low fixed rate or get pre-approved for a new loan before rates go any higher. Go to Cornerstone First Financial. Whether it's a refi or a purchase, you'll get the lowest rates guaranteed. Work with the friends of TMOS. Cornerstone First Financial is a direct lender with their own money and the ability to meet any competitor's estimate. You see, Cornerstone has a certain amount that they have to clear off their warehouse line each month, and they do this by offering the absolute lowest rates. Plus, you can get pre-approved before you work with an agent, so you know what you qualify for, just like so many TMOS listeners have done before you. I promise you, Cornerstone First Financial will give you sound advice. Click their banner on our website or call Cornerstone First Financial 202-625-1221. Mention TMOS and receive a free appraisal at closing. Personal attention from application to closing. Licensed in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, Florida, Georgia, and Colorado. Don't wait. Now is the time to call Cornerstone First Financial, and we thank them. They're our neighbors in Washington, D.C.
Good folks.
I love those movie reviews. I really did. That was wonderful. I think that's terrific.
It was good counterpoint.
Mac,
you two should go to a movie together, and that way it'd be nice that way.
We're just best at checkouts and aisles.
You go to the movie, just walk away from you again.
All right, I am going to venture into a land that I normally don't venture into because I fear that they're I want to make sure I make myself clear that that I am not a person that discriminates against anybody. I don't feel that way. But this concerns the show Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
and Animal Kingdom that is the Ellen Barkin vehicle that Oscar is now watching. That I'm watching. I think I'm on episode 7 now. I've gotten up to episode 7.
I'm on
almost
episode 5,
and this is season 3.
You're binging. See, Carla doesn't binge. that I can't get her to binge. She's like, I said, one more. Every time I'm watching Animal Kingdom, I say, please, one more. And she's like, gotta go to sleep. And she's right. She's up at the crack of dawn, tending to well, I'm up too. But, I don't require as much sleep as she does. So I wish we would watch more, but that's where I am. Episode 7. I think it's a phenomenal program. I think it's one of the best shows on television. I think it's really a great crime show. It's really
good. A great crime show. It's dark enough to fulfill whatever needs you have if you're into that.
Right.
Yes.
And it's dare I say sexy enough to give maybe someone that doesn't like the darkness in crime dramas that type of flavor where you're like, oh, there's a beautiful woman or a guy's if you're into that, like these good-looking people.
Well, that's
on screen,
what I want to
right?
talk about because my first question would be: do gay people, as a rule, have a problem with watching straight love scenes? Because forever, gay people in society have gone to say gay men. A couple of gay men go to a movie, and we are inundated on the big screen and on our TV screens with these man-on-woman love scenes. Just constant. It's constant and constant.
Would like that feedback.
I'd like that feedback. But the scenes in I think Animal Kingdom has blazed a bit of a trail with their gay love scenes, which I'm here to tell you because I think I don't enjoy watching the steamy, semi-aggressive man-on-man love there.
Like
and neither does my bride.
Do you like the aggressive scenes for men and women?
I not the aggressive scenes, but I don't mind the love scenes. Obviously, but does that make me? That doesn't make me a homophobe because I would be more than. It's just not. It's not my sexuality. So my question is, I would be very curious to know if gay people see. Like for example, the long-haired guy on Animal Kingdom, and he's gay in the show. I don't know if he's gay in real life, but he's gay. No, the long-haired guy is, but his brother is the long-haired guy. Because the other guy, the gay guy, cut his hair off.
Yeah.
Darren. Darren is the gay character there, and there's a lot of the Darren's love life that gets onto the show.
Rob, so I'm going to give you the best, and for our viewing audience, the best interpretation of what's going on with Darren. And Mike, I know you're not homophobic. That's number one. Let me
thank you.
I don't think anybody on the show is. I personally have. I think I'm the only one in the room that's kissed another man. Right. Yeah. So I've done that.
But the show isn't over yet.
Yeah, and so. I might have a different perspective on this.
Yes.
And for the longest time, we've always kind of been enamored with this gay culture.
Right.
Before it's become normalized. Mm-hmm. But this scene itself that Mike's talking about, I have to take off my headphones.
Okay, good. Yeah, I like that. This is a good presentation.
What does he do?
Oh.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Wow. 2 through the uprights. Okay, I got it.
That's fine. Okay. That's it is more graphic than and by the way, back when
if Pony was doing push-ups on me.
You don't need to over-explain it.
Okay, I see now.
So that's the question.
I watched that and my mouth opened up. I was like, ooh, this is new for TV.
Well, yeah, and I think you know what?
TV. It's very sweaty. It's very intense.
The guys are in shape. That's all. I mean, they look good. But
they do look good. They look very good.
I don't think it's an issue of homophobia from the description you're giving me. I think it's that it's something that you're unaccustomed to seeing. I had a similar reaction.
That's my question too. Do you think if we see more of it on television, that we heterosexuals that are now uncomfortable with it will feel more comfortable?
And I can't speak for homosexual people, but I would think that they would just let a regular love scene, a man-woman love scene, roll off their back because we've been seeing them on the big screen for 100 years.
We've been ingrained. That's been the way it goes.
This is important to normalize this type of culture.
I agree.
I think that, and by this type I mean this culture is normalized. The fact that we're seeing on the screen is a step in the right direction. If you're gonna show graphic, aggressive, heterosexual scenes, who are we to say that it can't happen another way?
And I had a jaw-dropping moment once when I was watching the show Girls with is it Allison Williams? She was looking out a window and there was a gentleman behind her, and I won't go into all the graphicness of that.
I think
but that was another thing that I'm like, I can't believe I'm seeing this.
The change is this.
It does.
That's HBO, though. This is more like real television.
This is TNT.
True.
The change is that you didn't expect to see
that.
There you
Wow.
go.
He's walking on the wall.
Yeah.
You didn't expect to see that.
And
That's a
now
good-
I would
good video day.
full disclosure.
Yeah.
Mrs. O'Mara
Sweaty.
might have more of a problem with
Tony,
it
get
than I
off of
do.
me.
Really?
Mrs. O'Mara might have more because they
Can you-
have a little flashback. This is previously on Animal Kingdom, and Carly goes, "Oh, there it is again." Yep. I said, you know, and she said, well, I guess you want to watch it. I said, no, I want. I mean, I'm more comfortable with it. I'm
Little
somebody that's
transference
been.
there.
I've been.
She's
Remember when
upset
I paid the bet off? I went to Club Wet.
That's exactly.
the gay
yeah.
bar in Washington D.C. By the way, I think that the fact that I'm more comfortable with it means I've always said I was 5%.
Yeah.
I think I might be closer to 10. I
As
think
you
I might be
age?
closer to 10% because
As
it
you
doesn't. As I age, as I mellow out, and all that.
But that's an
that's a
interesting
good
bit
point.
of transference from her, though, when she says, "Oh, I guess you want to see it," when in fact it's not that. You're about the show. You're invested in the show. You're 2.5
I'm invested in
seasons
the
in.
show. I don't want to give up my show.
Right.
And but here it is. I think that Oscar's absolutely right. I think it's a question of being comfortable with something and realizing that this is part of the world.
Right.
And the more of that they put on, not that you want every show to be like that, but it's a slow type of thing. It's
Progressive.
going to take some time to work it into that. And I think they're extraordinarily cutting edge and brave to show. I mean, for the longest time, you hear about, my God, you hear about the issue constantly in society. And so I think that is something where the producers deserve a little bit of credit that they are showing that. But I'm embarrassed by my own personal discomfort level with that, where it's like, okay, and that's exactly how it probably is. It's like, all right, okay. Oh dear.
But you know,
all right. There
but
we go.
also
There we go.
there's-
Because I'm not used to seeing it.
Well,
I'm
it's
not
also
used to
three
seeing it on
different
the screen.
angles of the scene.
you don't want to miss anything.
But if we're being honest,
There are more
that
in
same
it-
scene happens for a heterosexual scene in that show.
Right.
I'm not asking it. I'm not.
You're not going,
part of me is
okay,
like, I was like, I want to
fast
see
forward
more.
through it.
Yeah.
How about we
Right.
focus on this plot line? That's
You
what
know,
I want, right?
Do you
Well,
ever
I
get-
would say in last night's episode, you got more male butt cheek than you did anything
Now, the
from
butt
a woman's
cheeks,
body.
I know that my wife is like, these guys are ripped, right? So
Yeah.
when she sees that, she's like, oh, this is a pretty good show you picked.
I think she likes the butt cheeks too. I think what woman wouldn't like the butt cheek?
But also, keep in mind, there's nothing that comes on a scripted television show that happens by accident. This was chosen. And do you think there is any sort of a shock value or something that is meant to really put a characterization of the person on the screen in
I
your
would like to
face?
think the producers of that show are doing it. I'm going to give them credit.
They're
here.
not forcing
I think
it.
Okay.
I think there's social awareness. I think they're saying, it's time to do this. There's some very hot women on the show as well. It's just a really, in its own way, it's really kind of a deep show with conflicting, and it's got that Sopranos vibe,
Yes.
which has the life of crime. It's just it's an S storm. It's just constant fear,
Never any
and
downtime.
paranoia, and it's just
Worse than
always-
radio.
And it's
Worse.
not quite worse than radio.
It's a wash.
but it's fascinating. It's fascinating. So
Although
that's
I felt
it.
that radio treated me like that actor treated that other actor.
Yeah. I would love to know, though, from the gay people in our audience. I would love to know if gay people have a level of discomfort with straight sex scenes, because I think that speaks to a theory. I want answers before I say anything more on the subject, because I'd like to know. Do you feel that way? Yeah. Even though we've been inundated with it, do you kind of go, ugh?
Yeah.
You go, oh, that's not my
I
thing,
really think it
know?
depends. I think this is a step in the right direction to, if you haven't seen it before, now you're seeing it. It's
Right.
equal opportunity.
Yeah.
It's been normalized in our culture. Why can't it be normalized on television?
And do you think my wife should have been upset with me when I rewound it and watched the scene again?
No,
let's
that
take a break.
surfer's that scar was sexy.
Yeah.
The shoulder soldier.
Shut up, Carla. I'm doing research for the show. Get out of the room.
It's like my father back in the day when they went to the video store and picked up, I recommended the Melanie Griffith, Harrison Ford movie, Working Girl. And my mom and dad went down and picked up Working Girls. Which was in the wrong section, and my father said I couldn't believe it was a porno movie. He said it was terrible. It was not what we were looking for, and I felt even worse the second time I watched it. his joke. God rest his soul, my funny father. We'll take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show.
This week on the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show.
Had she backed into the
She had
parking
backed
space?
in.
Oh, wow.
That's why
She's
our
got
eyes
skills.
locked. I was like,
Oh, see, did you not think that he had done it, that he'd backed in? I thought he was talking about backing in. I didn't know he did it.
I pictured him pulling in front, but I pictured her also pulling in front.
He did it in the
so
front.
you did
the
this.
front means, all right, I got to position myself
Wait.
like this, okay? The
So
front means
you
he's
were
driving
making
like this.
eye contact her while
I
you
was
hit.
parking.
Oh, you are such an idiot.
I'm mortified.
I guess so.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Brought to you by Ring. Listen to me right now. I love my Ring. Ring's mission is to make neighborhoods safer. I know about their smart video doorbells and cameras that protect millions of people everywhere. Ring helps you stay connected to your home from anywhere in the world. So if there's a package delivery or a surprise visitor, you'll get an alert and you'll be able to see, hear, and speak to them all from your phone, no matter where you are, thanks to the HD video and two-way audio features on all Ring devices. I just got the Ring floodlight cam. It was so easy to install. I don't want to say I'm rooting for bad guys to show up because I just love the idea of that light coming on and they're like, excuse me, are you playing? I'm going to,
And
what I'm
yours
going
has
to
a
do.
siren. Yours has a siren.
It's
got
got a siren on it. What I'm going to do with, by the way, my floodlight is also a camera. It's the Ring motion-activated security camera with built-in floodlights, a siren alarm, and the two-way audio. If I have the opportunity where I don't know what somebody's doing at the door and the floodlight comes on and the camera comes on, I'm going to use my James Earl Jones two-way voice. I'm going to say, "You are barking up the wrong tree. Leave my house now." So you can see, hear, you can speak to anyone on your property from anywhere. I am in love with this product. Ring is phenomenal technology. If you get a $3 a month protection plan, all of your Ring video is saved forever. That is perfect for somebody that might think, hey, I've had a problem in the past. I
Right.
may have it in the future. It equals peace of mind. As a TMOS listener, you now have access to a special offer on a Ring starter kit. It's available right now. It has a video doorbell and a motion-activated floodlight cam. This starter kit has everything you need to start building a ring of security around your home. Just go to ring.com/TMOS. That's ring.com/TMOS and start living safer today.
So cool.
If you do not leave my property within 10 seconds, there is a trap door in the floor of the back deck, and you will be going straight to her.
I don't know. It's so cool. I think it's technology.
Great product.
Isn't it? Fantastic. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. I will tell you that I'm glad we got that out there because I really wanted to talk about the idea of what it is to feel that way, and that's a discussion I think more people should have.
Great show.
Because there is that factor.
Also,
that's right.
there's so many character developments that within season to season you either love or hate them. And then there's one standard that I guess for me throughout the 3 seasons so far that I've rooted against, which is one of the main characters' girlfriends who's a high school, just a recent high school graduate.
I cannot stand her. I cannot stand. Did you? Oh, you haven't gotten to my episode yet.
No, I haven't. I haven't. I'll say this.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
Your face looks like it's about to split open.
I'm not going to spoil it. Rob, you gotta start watching the show. You might like this show.
I will start this
but
weekend.
it's they developed her from your classic girl like high school relationship where sweet. She gets involved with the wrong family. Then she turns because she's easily impressionable, right?
Right, because she's kid.
And then she's just doing lines of coke and drugs and running her mouth.
She's a sloppy bad girl.
Yeah, cheating on one of the guys. She dated two
She's sloppy,
brothers,
Rob.
and you're like,
she's so sloppy.
you roly poly. You should be lucky to be in this house with all of these dreamboats.
Roly poly.
How many? I'm just trying to add up how many people we're going to piss off on this episode. That's interesting to me.
This coming back, Mike, all of them.
There is an article, and I wasn't able to bring it up because I uploaded it on another site. I have to tell you this though today. What jumped off of me, and I have to stop getting any news at all from Yahoo. I have to stop getting any use because Yahoo is clickbait, and
Sure.
Yahoo will have a headline, and then it's an unrelated story where you have to go next. Start slideshow. Anytime you
I
see
hate
start
a slideshow.
well, it's
Boo.
clickbait. It's click. They want you to linger longer. That's what they want to have you on. But this story is a guy gets licked by a dog, and he has now had both of his legs amputated. And I think some of his fingers or his hands too. That he got this sepsis infection that you can get from a dog. Have you heard anything about? There was another lady that got the same thing that almost died because she was licked by a cat. This is for anybody that's always thought being licked by a cat or a dog is gross. Now it's confirming that it can kill you.
Did it say anything about making out?
Yes. It's just getting licked. All right. Let me see. Man licked by dog. Hold on. All right.
Please. I hope you have your safeguard
Yeah, I was
on.
going to say, that's a category.
Man's legs amputated after dog licks lead to infection. It's
this was in the Washington Post.
Is there a GIF ad next to it?
No GIF ad.
No.
Peter Pan. Crunchy.
It's not. Let me see. Okay. Doctors have been forced to amputate a man's legs and parts of his hands after he suffered sepsis, believed to be caused by being licked by a dog. Greg Mantefil was exhibiting flu-like symptoms and becoming delirious when bruises began to appear across his face and body. His wife, Dawn, watched the bruises grow as she rushed him to the hospital, later telling local news outlet that it looked like somebody beat him up with a baseball bat. Within moments of being admitted to the Wisconsin area hospital, at the end of June, Mr. Manifel went into septic shock.
Oh, my
Blood
God.
tests revealed he had contracted a potentially fatal bacteria to humans through a dog, likely his own.
His own dog.
How nasty is that? A representative for the New York Animal Hospital told The Independent that it's extremely rare for humans to become ill after contact with, and then they have a medical term here, Capnocophaga canamorsis. Capnocophaga canamorsis, which was found in Mr. Mantefel's blood. I'm a great reader when I don't.
You're an excellent reader.
pre-read
There's a
stories.
picture of the guy in the Post. His knees were
Looks
taken
like
off.
Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, his knees were taken. His legs were taken
His
off.
legs
at the
were
knees.
taken. His knees were not taken off at the knee. His legs were taken off.
Actually,
at the
Mike,
knee.
I believe they took off his knees but left his legs. So, no, not really.
It can be found in dog and cat saliva. May cause infections when it comes in contact with an open wound or burn. And while the majority of these related illnesses occur through dog bites. You've always heard it. Hasn't there always been a debate? Don't let that dog lick you because it's nasty.
Yeah.
Dogs are dirty. They're dirty. They eat their own feces.
They do,
They're
and other
filthy.
dogs' feces, and they smell and they lick other dogs. It's not great.
But look, if you're not making out with your dog, then he's just licking you.
An occasional
Think about-
kiss is nice.
Think
for the
about
dog.
Santos, okay, running around your rat-infested yard.
Yes.
All right? I mean, really.
You really paint a nice picture, Mike. Can we come over for drinks?
Anytime.
You have vermin. You have vermin
Yeah,
there.
I
And
do.
Santos, didn't you say Santos picked up a dead one
He picked
time
up a
in
snake.
his mouth?
A snake.
snake.
Oh, a snake.
Yes.
A snake. All right. You had a snake all the way down in D.C., huh?
Yeah.
That's a little
All that
scary.
far from Capitol Hill? I want to tell you.
Says here, Mr.
That is
Mantefel
hilarious.
is a lover of dogs and constantly shows affection to animals.
Yeah, but he won't be walking his dog anymore.
That's stop it, Rob. That's terrible.
That is too soon.
No, stop it. Too soon. His wife said that he's a big animal lover. A photo circulated at local news outlets showing him laying down closely next to a pit bull with his head on a pillow.
Can I ask all of you, and honestly,
Yeah.
have you? And I've had three. I've had a Weimaraner, a Black Lab, and Santos. Santos
Right.
is the most gentle of all because
Right.
he's still little, right? But the Weimaraner, Dante, had a huge tongue, massive.
Right.
And Biscayne, your typical size tongue. For all of your dogs in all of your lives, I'm comparing all of them. Have you ever gone to just give them a quick smooch and
Yes.
then they throw that tongue in your mouth by accident?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I've kissed a lot of dogs. I've had a boxer. I've had an Australian Shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
I like peanut butter. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
The big one, was it Oscar, was that a Grand Pyrenees?
Great Pyrenees.
Great Pyrenees. That was a big dog. That was like a bear.
A Grand Pyrenees was was a fancier dog. I have the Grand Pyrenees.
Hello and woof.
So that has happened to me, and
Sure.
it's just kind of like, whoa, that was weird.
Yeah.
See, I remember my dogs. I had a Louis Napoleon, Louis Napoleon was my miniature poodle that got dog napped, and they let him out because he screamed so much in the car and he got hit by a car and killed him. That was Louis. Let me see. After that, my dog, I had Murphy, who was a mutt. And then Murphy, I lost Murphy in divorce number 1. Then I had a boxer named Allie.
Boxers rule.
Did the first wife really like Murphy, or did she just take him to hurt you?
I don't remember. It's that long ago.
Really?
I don't know. I never no, because let me tell you why. I would always move on from relationships, and the dogs would be. I wanted to get out of it and just. I wanted to free myself of all the bonds when I would leave a relationship.
Okay, all right.
So we had Murphy, we had Allie, the boxer. We had Oscar, the Great Pyrenees. We had. Let me see. Was Allie the? We had a standard poodle,
right? I remember that,
and then another an Australian Shepherd, and named Tully, and all these. But at one point, when my nephew and niece were younger, there was discussion of guardianship. I think I've told this story before, where they went to the kids and said, "We've got this family member or this friend that would be if anything ever happened to Paul and Kathy, Michael and Jessica." Who do you want to be your guardian? And I believe one of them, or maybe it was either Michael or Jessica, said, "Well, it can't be Uncle Mike because he can't even keep a dog." That was It was painful. It was painful, but true. Can't argue with truth.
Can I ask you which one was the best kisser?
Which dog was the best kisser? I think the best kissing dog that I ever had was probably Murphy back in the day, the mutt. Murphy.
What were the makeups of Murphy? I mean, was he a big dog, medium-sized?
Murphy was a medium-sized, kind of like an Australian Shepherd.
Okay.
Kind of a collie Australian Shepherd.
Probably
kind
about 50 pounds.
Very sweet. Yeah. I'd gotten Murphy from the pound. Murphy had been kind of a rescue and not in a very bad relationship and needed a lot of love, and we gave him a lot of love.
Oh, okay. And he loved you.
And then my ex gave him love after that, I think. That's I still have a beautiful picture of Murphy with my niece from a million years ago. Then all the other dogs were, I don't know whether it's because they were coming into a dysfunctional home, but they all had their levels of mental illness that I dealt with.
Until you have now your two perfect
Oscar was a
dogs.
runner. Remember, Oscar would run.
Yeah.
I mean, every week I had a fence with chicken wire on it. It was a beautiful, like, horse fence that had chicken wire on it, and somehow he would squeeze his large dog frame out of the door, and I'd get a call from someone we had all the numbers on his collar, and it's like, "Hi, this is so and so down at the foot of Mountain Road, and your dog is here," and he'd be covered with burrs and stuff because he's horny. He's the horniest dog I ever knew, but he didn't like to kiss people.
Yeah,
he didn't really like to kiss people, and and now the longest relationship I've had with dogs are the two dogs that I have currently. Beluga working on 15
dogs.
years now, and really just sitting down every night when dinner's being prepared and looking up at Carla and going, "Bow." That's the bark that he does now. An old pug bark that says, "I can't see, I can't hear, but feed me."
With the obvious downward slide of Beluga, does it make Frankie nervous? Does Frankie get nervous around Beluga?
No,
Frankie
just looks different because we pulled a couple of teeth from Frankie. So Frankie's old now too. So Frankie has this look that's kind of like. But Frankie's closer to me.
You didn't mention he had teeth out?
He had some bad teeth. Yeah, he had some bad teeth that we had to pull, and it like changed because he's a Chihuahua, and there's only so much room in his mouth. Pull a couple of teeth, it makes a big difference. And Frankie was a beautiful Chihuahua, and now he kind of looks like, hello, here's my lip hanging off to one side.
His face is caving in.
Have you gotten any updates from Westgate on the odds of now almost the summer done here?
Yeah.
And those
Beluga, I'm betting that Beluga will be coming back to Florida with us. Yeah.
As he should. As he should.
Because I heard it downstairs when she was making breakfast tomorrow. I hear,
Give me an egg. Give me a fried egg, please.
And then and when I go to Pet Beluga now, he will literally flinch. He will flinch away because he has nothing, doesn't want anything to do with it. It's like, "Hey, hello, Beluga. Get away. Give me a fried egg." Yeah, that's it. That's where we are with
If he can't hear and can't see, how does he know? I guess by scent, he knows it's you.
All I know is I'm not letting either one of those guys lick me. That's the way that's going to go.
Well done.
Not a chance. Not a chance. We're running late as usual. We will come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Summertime. Oh, the living is easy, but the seasons will change all too soon. Thoughts will turn to the holidays and of fruitcake. A Rob Spiewak signature fruitcake. It used to be an ordeal to secure one, but now you can have this Yuletide classic delivered to your door. Presenting TMOS Fruitcake Futures with 3 different plans to choose from: the deluxe fruitcake, the fruitcake gift, or the super premium fruitcake. All made with love in the Spiewak family kitchen. Order one now at MikeO'MaraShow.com and it will be at your door before Thanksgiving. Your support of TMOS Fruitcake Futures will help keep that funny train chugging for years to come. TMOS Fruitcake Futures. It's the best gift you could give for the holidays.
Yes.
Jim Amato.
Good guy.
Jim Amato. My God. I love those. Those are great. Way to go, Jim. Everyone knows that Amazon is the best. You're probably shopping there right now. If you need it, Amazon has it. Just make sure you access Amazon.com through the TMOS website. What is today's Amazon purchase of the day, Rob Spiewak?
This will mean so much more to you folks after you hear the bonus show this week. It is the Platinum Edition Bumper Bully with impact pads. What you do, it's only $54.95, and it hangs right on the bumper of your car, and it protects it in case you were to, I don't know, back into something.
Yeah.
It's the Bumper Bully. It's recommended from Amazon, 4.5-star rating. Can't beat the Bumper Bully.
I see these all over the city, and I always think, you big dummies.
Here.
Are you really going to run into things?
Click this link, Oscar. It might come in
you
handy.
are. Get one.
Yeah, you should. Amazon really does have everything. You can find the Bumper Bully and more at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Remember, the only way that you can ensure that we get credit for your purchase is to access Amazon through our website. It costs you nothing, but means the world to us. So thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. This seems like it's the theme of today's show. But,
what's that?
I do show prep, and I source it through, all the regular websites. And one of the websites that has been a go-to for me, I use TMZ.
Yeah.
And I like to pop in on TMZ. And I'm getting to the point now on TMZ where I know about 20% of the people on TMZ. It's getting, I guess I'm getting old, or I lack, cultural awareness or something like that. But I just don't. I don't get TMZ anymore. I try as hard as I try. I still don't understand it. And there were 2 rappers who were fighting in, I think, a Paris airport. And I looked at it.
Charles de Gaulle Aeropuerto?
I didn't get it. I don't know.
Let me. I think you're being a little hard on yourself. Sometimes there are obscure, underground artists that they profile that, frankly, are huge on social media and that get hits.
Are they influencers?
They're talented in their own right, but you just don't have to go through a record label as much as you used to in the past. You can go directly to the consumer. But I'm looking at the stories now, Mike, and you tell me if you know these names.
Who is Tyson Beckford?
Oh, you should know that name. You should know that name.
Is he a model?
Yes. He's the polo model. He was one of the first.
Okay. Now, right there, right out of the gate, okay? Tyson Beckford is a polo model. Tyson Beckford hasn't made any movies. He doesn't have a television show. He doesn't have a record album out there. It's
But Tyson Beckford has been famous for 20 years.
But why?
Because he's the polo model. The face of polo.
Did you know Tyson Beckford?
Yeah, I knew it when he said the name. Yeah.
All right, so let me hold on. Let me bring up my thing here.
He's dreamy. He's dreamy.
Wait, no, I'm going to give myself the. No, I don't want that. Thank you very much. Let me do this. All right, I'm going to give myself the buzzer.
I saw Tyson Beckford.
Disadvantage Mike. I'll accept
in a
that.
New York restaurant, live and in person.
Yes,
he rolled up on a Harley, no helmet.
He's dreamy. He's absolutely dreamy, but I'm sorry.
Really
okay,
good looking.
Color me. Now, Jack Osborne. He was from the Osbournes. I remember this.
Hey, Mike, also dreamy.
Just dreamy, but Jack Osborne allegedly punched his ex-new boyfriend on TMZ.
Oh.
So that one, I get
so
that.
You get a ding for that. You know that.
Yeah, you know that.
Yes.
Why do I get a ding? Why do I?
Because Mike is spending some time in the 30-mile zone.
Yes. Lil Wayne, next headline. Do you know Lil Wayne?
I know.
Okay,
Lil Wayne, I get credit for that.
Right.
Lil Wayne, a very famous person, and has been a famous rapper for a very, very long time, and a very dynamic personality. Then we go to Bethany Frankel, Who the F is Bethany
Real
Frankel?
Housewives.
I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It just seems to me that when TMZ came on, initially you had movie stars, television stars, and Real Housewives. If it was my, Beverly Hills lady,
yeah, you're in.
Yeah, what town is Frankel from?
She's New York, if I'm not. And she also has a cooking book. She also
a cooking book, Mike.
She has
I don't know her.
The Skinny Bitch Margarita line.
Is that her?
I think that's her.
I've heard of her. Yeah. Yes.
R. Kelly. Everybody knows R. Kelly. I give myself. I give. He's wanted by cops for alleged. R. Kelly's manager. Now, R. Kelly's manager. If they put up R. Kelly's manager's name, you wouldn't know. So that gets the buzzer too. Because I'm sorry, that's not thick enough.
That's clever writing, though. That's clever writing to let you know who it is in one sentence.
R. Kelly has a checkered past, and I've told the story. I'll say it briefly. On the Arizona highways where he was living, there were speed cameras on the highways. Imagine speed cameras on 495 or 95.
Okay.
You know all these people.
He would.
This is where he's pulling a U with the Marx Brothers. He's going, this is the guy that did this.
This is why I'm here. Pop culture.
I understand. Yes. Well, it balances out the show.
Yes.
You lift up that part of the boat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
He would wear a brown bag over his head as he was speeding through the camera. So all you would see on television was like, we're looking for a gentleman in a Cutlass Supreme mint condition with a brown bag, like driving. Because
all right, let me ask a stupid
Arizona
question.
law says you have to be able to identify them in the photo.
So the license plate is
it doesn't matter.
Okay, so R. Kelly, he's gaming the system.
Yes.
Gaming the system.
Brilliant.
And then he went on the Gong Show, Mike, and told jokes.
Jake Paul. Who the hell is Jake Paul?
I don't know who Jake Paul is.
I don't know who that is.
Jake Paul pummels opponent in living room boxing
Oh, that's an UFC fighter?
YouTuber.
Is he a real fighter, or is he some internet guy?
He's a YouTuber that is having a boxing match with another YouTuber. That's happening in August.
Well, it would be great if they killed each other.
Mac, thank you.
It is
but it gets that. So there's another one.
Hey, I've seen boxing fights in offices. I don't know what.
The two people that are fighting are just complete assholes.
Okay.
What are you
American
doing?
Vandal
What is
Star.
the matter with you?
Everybody shut up. I'm trying to make my point here. Button it. Everybody, listen. I know young people in the room right now. I understand you know all these people, and you want to show your knowledge of how young and hip you are. But the fact is, I don't know who these effers are. Camille Hyde. Who the hell is Camille Hyde? Does anyone know who Camille Hyde is?
Camille Hyde. Why do I know that name?
That's my car. That's the interior of my car. It's entirely Camille Hyde.
Camille Hyde. There. Okay. So
what's the headline?
American Vandal star Camille Hyde. I've experienced blackface on set.
No.
Wrong then, wrong now. So there it is. But I'm sorry, Camille Hyde. I don't know who you are. I'm making my point here because this is Kamiko in. Kamiko, in the Karate Kid Part 2.
Yeah, it's just
remember her.
It's a flashback to see what she looks like now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but Demi Lovato leaving the hospital. We all know one. That's a major story here. Let's see. Here we go. And this is the last one I will give you. Paris airport fight. Beefing rappers brawl in the duty-free shop, and it's destroyed. And then it says, the beefing rappers, Booba and Caris, were, or K-A-A-R, can I sound any whiter when I do this?
Beefing rappers.
Booba and Caris were reportedly arrested, along with 900 members of their crews. Unclear how much damage they caused, but it's a pretty intense video of bottles breaking, and they're running through the duty-free. But
you're not alone.
Okay, thank you. There we go. Thank you.
You're not out of touch.
No.
That's wonderful. I like to hear that.
And I don't think that. What are those beefing rappers' names?
Booba and K-A-A-R-I-S.
They probably wouldn't get that kind of spin if it wasn't a dynamic video attached to it.
Oh my God! What a fight inside duty free.
Yeah, the duty free.
Inside duty free, the airport's terminal was briefly closed, and some flights were delayed due to the melee.
Okay.
See that the fact that they just have a touch of popularity, that's offset by the fact that it's dynamic video and it's a big story.
Also, the one place you don't want to draw attention to yourself is in an airport.
Please.
Let alone committing crimes.
Yeah.
And then we've got Urban Meyer, the head coach of Ohio State.
You know that.
He was put on administrative leave because of a domestic violence scandal. Listen to me say it like that. Oh, of course, the white guy that's the coach of Ohio State. Everybody knows him. Yeah. Can I be any more tragically white, Mr. O'Mara? Thank you very much. Who the hell is Travis Scott?
Oh, Travis Scott is... Let me look here. I know the name. Travis
says
Scott.
A trans model was edited off the album cover. She's not pissed, but some fans are. So I guess he's a musical
Travis
artist.
Scott is Kylie Jenner's boyfriend. and father of her child.
I rest my case. And then, of course, Bristol Palin.
And an artist in his own right.
Bristol Palin confirms that her marriage is dunzo. I'm freshly divorced.
So is that the official press release when you say dunzo?
Dun. It's not my official press release, Rob. It's just me saying I don't know what's going on with life. That's it. That's
You're
it.
not far off. You only had 2 strikes.
Yeah. I think you did pretty
not
good.
Not bad.
Right. Oh, I missed the days of Mamie Eisenhower. Anyway, let's take a break. When she was in TMZ.
Oh, you remember her nip slips?
Oh, fantastic. Lady Bird. Oh, man, but she'd always be page 3. We'll take a break and come back with more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, everybody.
Hi, this is Todd Moore, inventor of the PlayPod app. I love all the shows on the Moore Network, except for Political Persuasions. That's fake news. I do listen to Americast because it brings the best highlights of all the TMOS shows. But the best part is it features the voice of God himself, Marcus Serta. And now, back to my best friend, host of Tech 411, Oscar Santana.
Can't wait.
Fuck you, Todd.
No!
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's a horrible word.
Troll of trolls.
Right. Yeah, the troll of trolls. Fruitcake Futures, Todd. You buy 5 of them. We'll be friends again. Announcing our first ever TMOS fundraiser. Let's be honest. We don't ever come to you guys looking for a handout, but times are tight. We need your help. But here's the good part. In exchange for your support, we will reward you with the magical goodness of a genuine Rob Spiewak fruitcake. We've talked about them for years, and frankly, they are every bit as good as you've heard. A holiday treat unlike any other. They're sweet. They're spicy. They're potent. They are delicious. And now, you can have one in time for the holidays as my British accent becomes more and more thick. Simply give us your support and a fruitcake can be yours. Order now, and a fruitcake or 4 fruitcakes, if you prefer, will be at your house in time for the holidays. Let's be clear. We are doing this because we need the fiscal support of you, the listeners.
Yes.
This is a fundraiser. Our listeners, we value you so dearly, and we want to keep TMOS going for years to come. We are proud to offer the taste of the holidays as our way of saying thank you. Invest in your fruitcake future now, ensuring the ongoing success of TMOS, and get ready for the tastiest holidays of your life. Thank you for being a part of the nuttiest fundraiser ever. The future is now.
News!
Boo. And I'm really sick of guys named Todd. Anyway, yeah, he trolled me. He got what he wanted. He's very happy. If he hears that on the show today, he'll go, I really got Mike's skin, didn't I? We'll talk to him tomorrow. Is he coming in tomorrow?
He's supposed to be coming in, yes.
Are you sending a boat for him? I hope it's not late.
Yeah, right.
Boy, I feel like a lion waiting for some fresh meat. Vulture.com has a list of 22 unsettlingly nice Tom Cruise stories. This is the type of thing they throw out when Mission Impossible hits. Jonathan Lipnicki, remember that guy? He wasn't the first choice to play the cute kid in Jerry Maguire.
The little
he was
kid.
so super cute. A few weeks into filming, in the middle of a scene, the first kid just said, quote, I don't want to do this. According to director Cameron Crowe, he just ran out of gas. So they hired Lipnicki to replace him, and they moved on. A few weeks later, Crowe got a call from the first kid's mother. She said, quote, will you please tell Tom Cruise thank you for the way he has kept in touch with my son, sent him letters and gifts, and just let him know that all is well. Now, look, you can't argue with this being a super nice thing to do.
Pretty nice.
She said, it really helped my son. He's over it now. He's fine. And Tom did a beautiful job helping him transition back to his life. Crowe had no idea Tom was doing any of this, so he asked him about it, and Tom said, quote, I just didn't want him to go to the movies, look at the screen, and think he'd failed. I wanted him to love movies his entire life. If that's a true story, it's a beautiful story.
Great
I like
story.
it.
I like that.
And I told you, Rob, when I saw the jumping out of airplane thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of little kids, what?
Yeah.
What do you want? Come on in here for a second.
A cameo.
Hey,
little
there
Michael.
he is, little Michael.
Here you go, right here. Can you say hi? We're on the air right now. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi.
Good.
Say hi, Oscar.
Hi, Oscar.
Hi.
Say hi to Rob.
Hi, Rob.
How's it going, buddy?
You want to show everybody your grocery store jewel that you got out of the machine?
Oh, look at that.
He got a couple of grocery store jewels. He's got a couple of his
semi-precious stones.
Those are like rubies. You
Hey.
would say, and yes, no questions. No.
No.
What? All right. What do you
I
want
just
to
wanted to
ask?
ask Butch a question.
Don't ask
Okay.
him.
Thank you. Bye. I love you. I love you. Bye bye.
Bye, Butch.
Stop it, Oscar, you bastard. Anyway, Oscar's trolling me. Todd's trolling me. Everybody's trolling me. And now back to the news.
Hey, are the jewels still a quarter at the grocery store in the machine?
50 cents, I think. They're 50 cents.
Oh, man. You know, I used to get them for a quarter.
I know. There are so many reasons why it's good to be that woman who's married to Jay-Z. What is her name, Rob?
Oh,
Stewart?
yes, she goes by the name of Bale.
Well, here's another one for her. You get what you want when you want it. A celebrity manicurist named Deborah Lipman says, quote, I remember...
Hello, Deborah. And now we go live.
This is a long week.
To celebrity nail stylist Deborah Lipman. Deborah is coming to the microphone now, and the next voice you hear will be Deborah Lipman.
I remember when I was dating my husband. He was over at my house one night, and my phone rang at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was Beyonce's people. She was in the studio and had a 2-hour break, and they were like, can you come to the studio now and give her a mani-pedi? And my husband said, what kind of manicures do you give at 1 o'clock in the morning? That's what Mr. Lipman said. That would be, who's the guy from Maude? Who's the guy from
William
Maude?
Macy. Bill Macy.
Bill Macy was there. What kind of manicures do you give at 1 o'clock in the morning? What's she doing? How special does she think she is, Maude?
That was
I don't understand that.
Walter Lipman.
Walter Lipman. Lipman says that's pretty common for musicians because they tend to be nocturnal.
Yeah.
That's
because they're concert at night. They
That's
get
true.
off stage and they're probably up all day, all night.
But you know who
Like
probably
all day.
gets manicures during the day is Beyonce's sister.
What's her name?
Solo.
Thank you. When the stars of Friends are asked about a show coming back, their show coming back, they usually give a bland response about how they love the show and that anything can happen in the future. But in an interview with InStyle magazine, it sounds like Jennifer Aniston really would like to see it happen. And even if they can't get all the guys on board, she thinks the girls would do a spin-off. She said, quote, Courtney Cox and Lisa Kudrow and I talk about it. I fantasize about it. It really was the greatest job I ever had. I don't know what it would look like today, but you never know. So many shows are being successfully rebooted. I know Matt LeBlanc doesn't want to be asked that question anymore, but maybe we could talk him into it. Or we could just give it some time, and then Lisa, Courtney, and I could do a reboot of the Golden Girls. Hey, that would work, too.
Yeah.
And spend our last years together on wicker furniture. She's probably joking, but that would be pretty amusing. And I guess that's how Jennifer Aniston really feels about it. I'd be down with a Friends reboot.
I'd like
that.
to see where they think their characters are now. You know,
Right.
because they're older, and I'd like to see.
Why would Matt LeBlanc not want to do that?
Because he's been working steady in TV since the show went off the air. Nothing
Yeah, but
really
but
successful.
I get it early on, but now, like, what does he have to lose?
I don't think you need LeBlanc to do the show. To be
I think you
perfectly
do the
honest with
girls.
you.
No.
I think you get the girls together. It'd be great. A guy in North Carolina named Ernest Jones took his wife Linda out to breakfast for her 67th birthday on Sunday, and on their way back home, he bought her a $20 lottery ticket. Not the most romantic gift, but hey, it's something. Unfortunately, she didn't win anything, but he also bought one for himself, which kind of makes it not really a birthday present.
Right.
But he still got to be a hero in the end because his ticket hit for $100,000.
Hey, good boy.
And he says that, of course, he is spending all of it on her. They got their giant check the very next day. After taxes, they will take home $70,000.
Pretty good birthday.
Yeah, and his wife was heard to say, I don't understand why she has to get a manicure at 1 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't make any sense.
They went to the
me.
lottery office, Mike. They said, 2 peas and Lipman.
Scientists have finally have a really good theory for why so many boats have disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, this is
an
cool.
interesting story. It replaces the previous best theory. Maybe it's aliens or something. The scientists say that the Bermuda Triangle is in the perfect position to get hit by major storms in 3 different directions. Remember that merchant ship that went down off the coast of Florida? I think that was a Bermuda Triangle situation. Yeah. And because it gets hit in 3 different directions, that can cause something called rogue waves. You've seen that in the perfect storm, Rogue Wave. Those are deadly 100-foot waves that come and go in just a few minutes. More than 1,000 people have died over the last century in the Bermuda Triangle.
Wow.
So they're saying because of the confluence of all these different storm systems, the rogue waves can be more plentiful.
So that's
it's
what's
kind of terrifying
taking them
if you're
down.
out there.
And but also, what about the planes?
Yeah, see? That's why you don't know if it's the planes. The waves aren't high enough to knock a plane out.
This
or
is
are
a
they
rumor.
if you're skimming over the water and boom?
Yeah. You're flying low. Who knows?
This is a rumor being pressed around by Big Triangle.
Big Triangle, the big Bermuda Triangle people. And now it's time for the little something for you boys.
Yes.
With the stupid joke of the week. A 70-year-old guy was at a Costco in Greenville. No, you don't start laughing about it at the beginning of the story. You don't do that.
Okay.
A 70-year-old guy is at a Costco in Greenville, South Carolina on Sunday, and he's patiently waiting in line for a free cheese sample. Then suddenly a 72-year-old man cuts in the line, grabs some cheese, and then he walks off. The 70-year-old let it go, but then he was in line for a free cheeseburger sample, and he saw the 72-year-old coming to pull the same move again, and he had to do something. He confronted the guy, and the guy hit him in the head and knocked off his hat and glasses. He was wearing a hat.
Sure.
The cops came, but after they talked to both of the guys and some witnesses, they decided not to make any arrests. The very latest... The very latest is the two men are still constipated. I'm sorry. That's stupid. It wasn't good. It wasn't thoughtful. It was stupid, but it made me laugh because I'm a total idiot.
I think we all enjoyed it. Cheese.
Constipation.
Mike, it'll bind you up.
God almighty.
Every time.
We'll come back with the audio vault right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. God.
Hi, this is Cam Citizen, and I want to have a little heart-to-heart. If you're thinking about just listening to the free daily show and not bothering to buy a bonus show subscription, don't do it! Ow! Ow! Mike, Rob, and Oscar depend on that money! You leech! Stop sucking! Ow! So if you don't want a crazy guy yelling at you, you should really buy that bonus subscription. And if you don't, well then I'll be haunting you day and night. And you don't want that.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Alex Papp.
Yes.
Attention, Northern California residents. I want you to help this guy out. Analysts predict that interest rates will rise by the end of the year, so right now is the best time to buy your next home. Stop renting. Call our favorite realtor friend in Northern California, Alexander Papp. Call him today at 916-276-2129. Wouldn't it be cool to work with a guy that is also a big fan of TMOS?
He's in the know.
And a great guy, too.
And start searching for your dream home. Alexander's going to help you through the entire real estate process, from finding your perfect home to writing an aggressive offer, working through the home inspections, and even finding you a great lender for your loan and pre-approval. Alexander Papp is rated 5 out of 5 stars on Zillow, Truly, and Realtor.com. He is not your typical pushy sales agent. He's here for you and your family, and he's ready to answer any questions about the real estate process. He'll make it smooth and stress-free, plus he loves TMOS just like you. Stop looking at homes online. Give Alex a call on his personal cell phone. Anybody that's bought a lot of homes, and I bought a few in my day, I will tell you that working with a realtor, ultimately, if you're serious, is the best way to do it. 916-276-2129. That's 916-276-2129. Alexander Papp is licensed in the entire state, but focuses exclusively on Northern California. From Marysville to Grass Valley, from Granite Bay to Folsom, and everywhere in between. Stop renting. Call Alex, the NorCal Realtor, today, 916-276-2129, BRE 019-86031, Prado Real Estate. And remember, anyone who buys a home through Alex will receive a complimentary Rob Spiewak fruitcake that Alex is buying himself.
Yes.
Very kind.
How cool is that? That's wonderful. Let's open up the audio vault for today, the 2nd of August, 2018. Rob Spiewak, take it away.
Before we touch on the tape, one moment I want to take. You know that I, for the show, coordinate the internships with Matt. And today is the last day for one of our summer interns. I'd like to take a moment to say goodbye to her. If that's okay. If Grace could come in here.
Grace!
Grace was a great intern all summer long, always on time. She comes from a family of fans that love the show. She
TMOS family.
And as you recall, perhaps, she had a great moment when she went down onto the set of Wonder Woman in Georgetown.
Yes.
She's given us a couple promos, and we're going to miss her. And I know that you go to George Mason, so when you have some free time, we hope you come back and visit us.
I will, of course, come back. I have 3 days. I can come back anytime I want, right?
Awesome.
Anytime you'd like. You're
And we'll
absolutely
need you on the fruitcake staff anyway.
Yes.
Grace, I'm going to tell you this. One of the greatest things in my career, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, has been the relationships we've had with interns on our show that not only work for us for a relatively short amount of time, but then come back to visit, go to events that we do, and you did a great job for us, and I hope the experience was rewarding and fun for you as well.
It was very rewarding, and I'll take all the lessons that I had over the past couple of months to heart. It was such an experience to work here, and very memorable, to say the least.
Yeah, I bet. Thank you for your promos. I said this off air, and internally we talk about different people that have an aptitude for certain.
Yes.
Whether you're an editor or you are an announcer, the way that you have a uniqueness to your voice that really translates on the microphone.
Yes.
And you showed your wit early on in this internship. So we just want to wish you the best of luck. And we wouldn't be shocked if you're not in a chair somewhere or even back here sooner than later.
Of course. I thank you very much.
Somewhere down the road, please hire us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grace. Good luck in the future.
Thank you
and
so
best
much.
to your whole family and all the fans that you know that listen to the show. Thank you, Grace.
I would love coming back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Grace.
Take care.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
That's our intern, Grace, and she goes out into the world now. And she had great examples of nose to the grindstone and how to do video production and audio and deadlines, and also probably got a few examples of what not to do.
Yeah, of course.
And how that is.
Can't all be
received.
perfect.
You
Mike.
live, you learn.
Yes.
One of the things I also do is I love to collect
You ought to
TV
know.
theme songs. That's right, Mike.
Me too.
I love to collect TV theme songs. Can you name this TV theme song? It's such a great generic sounding song. Mac, you're not playing. Put your hand down.
But if he's the only one with his hand up, I wouldn't mind letting him play.
All right, you can ring in, Mac. Who is it?
It's Bob Ross.
It is Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting. And a guy ran.
It's incredible that he knew that.
It's not incredible. Look at him.
But I mean, that's just cool that he knew
I will
that.
say we did put that in the in Micro Center for people in line. We would put on Bob Ross to keep people
See,
calm.
there's a story behind
Oh my
it. What do you-
God, that's awesome.
So a guy
Smart.
ran a statistical analysis of every episode of The Joy of Painting. It ran for 11 seasons.
And so.
And he did in 11 seasons 381 paintings. And it's true, 91% of all the paintings had, quote, a happy little tree.
Let's decide. Maybe there's a happy tree, evergreen tree. He lives right there. Start with just touching the canvas. Use just the corner of the brush, just the corner, and begin pushing, making the bristles bend slightly downward.
Yeah, boy.
I could never watch The Joy of Painting because it made me too tense.
That's funny.
But there is, if you run it on the internet, they'll show you like how many barns he painted, how many bridges he painted. It's this guy had a lot of time on his hands. Now, this video is on our Facebook page. I encourage you to look at it. I love howling dogs, but when a dog actually jumps up and uses his paw to play the piano and howl at the same time,
oh, hello.
I'm in. Look at
I'm
this.
all in on
this
that.
beagle.
Absolutely. All by himself.
Yes.
Oh, I love this dog.
Oh, speaking of dogs.
Meanwhile, Beluga's down there while Carla's cooking eggs going,
Speaking of dogs, have you ever seen a dog in a car in a parking lot on a summer day and you feel like you should do something about it?
Yeah, multiple times, and we do.
Okay, good, because this guy was I believe he was in Maine when he spotted this dog, and he was in Ohio. I'm sorry. His name is Richard Hill. There was a couple of dogs in a Walmart parking lot in a car with the windows up. He broke the windows. Yeah. And so, but here's the thing. Check this out.
A 2, maybe 3-month-old Dalmatian. Did not know how long it was going to take them to get there. And I really felt that that puppy needed to get out. I needed to see if that puppy was okay. The officer told me that I should have waited, that I had no right to break that window. This situation right here is what deters people from actually stepping up.
He was cited for criminal damages, and I think that's wrong.
Oh my God, I didn't know. Is that the law, or is that just a cop being a dick?
It might be a cop being a dick, but I think the way that should be handled, that should be standard procedure, and then let the comprehensive of whoever is abusing the dog pay for the broken window.
If it's a hot day, I don't care. If you walk in and you're going to be there for 30 seconds, you don't leave the windows
You can't do that with your kid.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do that. Yeah, and by the way, you can't do it with the elderly either. And the last time that we really got into it, we actually did call the law because we were down outside of a what's the name of the store? It's the Whole Foods Light, Fresh Market.
Okay.
Fresh Market. We're outside of Fresh Market, and there's an elderly person in the car. The window was down a crack, but the guy was obviously like really, really old.
Wow.
And it was super hot, and we called a cop. And then the lady came out and had a bit of an attitude. Said something like, "Well, you try taking care of him," or something, some nasty ass thing like that. But she split, and the cop didn't do anything about it. But you see it all the time. Was
this after he stopped doing news for us?
Stop that! Behave yourself, Rob. It's Rob Spiewak. Send your letters to Rob.
That's
please.
right. It's two B's in Rob. Let's close with this. Did you see the thing where our beloved president, is under the impression that you need a photo ID to buy groceries?
This is pretty out of touch. I
Okay.
mean, George H.W. Bush,
That's
way
right.
back in the day,
I remember.
didn't know about the scanners in grocery stores, and it was a massive story.
It was a massive story. So he announced, he said you
wow.
needed a photo ID to buy groceries. This is Seth Meyers' take on it. I think this is pretty great.
At a rally in Florida last night, President Trump falsely claimed that photo ID is required to buy groceries in the United States. Dude, what you eating for dinner? Rental cars?
That's your magic audio vault.
Dude.
Have a great Thursday, dude.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. If you have a message for our Tuesday mailbag, send it to Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. You see, they were constipated because they ate cheese.
They were cheese samples.
Our mailing address is TMOS Box 32101, Washington, D.C. 20007. Remember, voting the engine of freedom and democracy requires your participation. Please remember to register and vote. It really does matter. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us for the best part of your day, the Mike O'Mara Show. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long, Deborah Lippman.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show is made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.